Hello my friends and welcome back to the rabbit hole. In today's video, I'm finally doing the PR I repurchased video that you guys said you were interested in a while ago, but because I'm me, I spent a lot of time over-analyzing this question, especially because I noticed that what I repurchased and what I didn't always make a lot of sense. So instead, I suppose this video is kind of going to be a nuanced investigation into why I repurchased things that I received in PR or why I didn't. I've got an outline for today's video. See, I wasn't kidding about overthinking this. I was not kidding. And I've got 4 major points to cover as to different scenarios that happen when you receive PR, what you do with that experience going forward. And I figure, let's just get the worst out of the way. Let's go ahead and start this video off with products that I didn't like and I didn't repurchase, and I'm even gonna name some names. I know, brave, I know. But 2 examples that come to mind would be my experience with the brands Innisfree and Tula. Both of those brands are fairly popular, and they were kind enough to send me some of their products, and with both brands I did a 2-week trial, which you guys know by now is where I dedicate 2 weeks to using a brand's specific products or a theme. So for both of those trials, I found myself feeling frustrated in the middle of the trials because I realized there wasn't anything wrong with the products. However, they were made for oily skin types. And guess who certainly does not have oily skin? I think it's almost interesting. I was really thinking about this. I think that if I hadn't forced myself to spend so much time with those products, I might actually have a better I guess opinion of the brand overall, or better emotions towards the brands. I think that a lot of what happened for me was this dedication aspect, this I'm going to finish this trial even though I don't love these products, has made it so that it's hard for me to, think about those brands. Just meaning in general, I kind of forget their existence even though I'm asked often about them. And again, I don't think those products were bad. I just don't think that they were for me. And what typically happens when I'm using products for oily skin on my dry skin is I just kind of keep piling them on. I just keep piling them, and going, why am I feeling so dry? And the reason I wanted to start this video off with this is to hopefully give some insight into what I believe brands are trying to do when they send out PR. I've heard some people say that they believe PR is bad products that brands are sending out for influencers to hype up, but it's actually been exactly the opposite experience for me, and you'll see more of that throughout this video. I think that if a brand sends even just the wrong products for that person's skin type, I think it can still not be the best experience. Bottom line here being that I don't think brands are sending out crappy products. I really and truly think they're trying to send their best products. But I think that with skincare, the wrong skin type can make or break an experience. I think with makeup, preferences can make or break an experience. So it's tricky. My second category is liked the products but did not repurchase them. Oh, this really applies in skincare, cleansers. I do not go through cleansers quickly. I've talked about this a lot because I use micellar water in the mornings. It takes me forever to finish cleansers. So I have so many to finish. And in terms of makeup, eyeshadow palettes, lipsticks, there's a lot of makeup products that I will never repurchase. I've never in my life repurchased an eyeshadow palette. For me, makeup is a lot of fun. It's a lot of being experimental. So I think that when I'm done with an eyeshadow palette, I'm never like, oh, I need to replace it. Instead, I'm like, let's see what else is out there. And that's the exact reason I got so hung up on this video. I was thinking about it. I was like, this isn't really a fair video to brands that have sent me palettes or brands that have sent me lipsticks or brands that have sent me cleansers, because it's not as if I don't like those products. There's just a very specific reason that I will not repurchase those. Another example here would have to be the Foreo Luna. I had people asking me on that video, would I repurchase it? And no, because as it stands, I have another Foreo that I purchased with my own money, and they're both still going very strong. But I think a lot of this too probably depends on where a YouTuber is. You know, my channel doesn't make a lot of money, so it's difficult for me to see some kind of $300 device and say, let me make sure I have the latest edition. Whereas I think that could be very different for somebody who is making a much more substantial amount of money by doing product reviews. Ironically, those are the same people who are probably getting more PR. So I think it's just such a complicated topic start to finish. And I figure this is also where I'll mention the fact that I think about environmental impact more and more as I get more PR, and that's complicating things. This is making me turn down a lot of PR these days because I look at what I have and I'm thinking I don't really want to bring in more products to this collection, but at the same time, I do want to review products that I know you guys are interested in. So it's really a catch-22. And there's a really interesting sub-conversation we could have here about, whether YouTubers are terrible for the environment. Are those of us that are out here with way more products than the average person, are we bad for the environment, or are we helping by giving honest reviews and helping our viewers to buy the products that suit them the most? I think that's a really complicated question. It's something that came up when I was thinking about this video. I would say potentially yes, but that really hinges on the utter importance of doing not just honest reviews, but good reviews. Not just first impressions where you can't comment on, well, did this eyeshadow stay on my eyes all day or did it fade in 2 hours, but really good reviews. We're getting into more of what you guys might have expected from this video. So my third category is when I liked and repurchased a product. I have repurchased from 75% of the brands that have sent me supplements, and this caused me to really have to sit down and do some head scratching. Why is that such a high percentage? Hum's Skin Heroes started it all for me and is absolutely the most repurchased product because I buy this every 2 months. Every 2 months, it's a 1 month supply, but I got it down to 1 per day. I absolutely swear by this. It's been such a game changer for fighting my acne, but maybe what it is with supplements is that you do use them. You do go through them. It is truly an X amount supply. And 8 greens is a little different. I don't take it every single day. I take it when I don't feel like I had all of my nutrients for the day. I didn't have enough vegetables. I pretty much eat a salad every single day, and if I don't, then I take an 8 greens. And then Hush and Hush is the most recent brand to me, but I absolutely fell in love with them. They have all kinds of excellent products, but Plant Your Day is probably my personal favorite. I do think there's a couple of things going on here. I think that I'm picky with the supplements that I accept. I turn down a lot of them because I'm pretty good at reading supplement labels, might have studied it. But in all truth, I don't have as many supplement brands reach out to me as I do skincare or makeup. So just a very, very interesting note for me to experience. I'm not incredibly predictable with makeup repurchases either, but I had to buy the Grande Lips. This is expensive. It took me a while to suck it up and buy it, but it makes such a difference for me to put this on before I put my lipstick on. Yes, I did that today. I know it sounds so bizarre and it's not the recommended use for this, but I'm really not using it as a lipstick or a lip gloss. I'm using it as a plumper, and I just haven't found anything as effective. If I don't wear it, my lips look like they do in my last video. Tiny upper lip. I used to get so made fun of for my upper lip in high school, but I'm one of those stubborn people who I will certainly not get lip fillers just because you kids made fun of me. No way, but yes, I still would like to have my upper lip look a little more balanced. Is that stubbornness an Aries trait? I feel like it just might be. Anyway, also the Pure Pillow Blend. I had to go and repurchase this because these have been game changers for me with my acne-prone skin. Let me grab you one of them so you can see. I just had to buy backups of this. I'm not usually a backup type of person, but this is it's such a unique design. These little silicone sponges without the handle came out, how long ago was that now? It feels like maybe 2 years. But to actually put them on a handle makes for such an effective design that I use these anytime I've got breakouts going on. I don't want to spread it or risk it and use brushes, so I use these, which I can very easily wash. And for skincare, I've already gone through a lot of items that I've repurchased. I know I repurchased, Patchology had sent me these little patches, the hydrocolloid patches, as well as salicylic patches. I repurchased them until I found something cheaper from CosRx on YesStyle. I repurchased the Black Snail Restore Serum that I got from Credithink until Ulta ran that incredible promo on the CosRx Snail Mucin, so I bought 2 bottles of that I'll start using once I'm out of this. And this too, which I almost completely forgot that I ever even got in PR because drugstore products are harder to remember for some reason. So this is the Almay eye makeup remover. It's dirt cheap and it is incredibly effective and I love to keep it around. And that brings me to the final category, and that is brands that sent me PR and then I ended up falling in love with the brand and not just repurchasing one product, but repurchasing a lot from the brand as a whole. My theory with PR is that this is the goal of brands, and it makes perfect sense. You know, when brands send out PR, they want you to fall in love with their company so that not only are you a customer, but you are constantly talking about how much you love the brand to whoever is subscribed to you. And for me, the best 2 examples in this category have to be Juno and Pure. Pure sent me a handful of products last year. They sent me this foundation, which turns out to be absolutely incredible, and I don't know why more people don't talk about it. The 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie foundation, phenomenal. I also really liked their primer. I also really liked the brushes. And from there I went on to not only repurchase those brushes, but to buy several different eyeshadow palettes. I went on to buy their Grinch set in a holiday sale. They sent me their eyeliners and I love them. It's actually going to be in my most used makeup products because I've been doing a project tracking my makeup, which I'll talk about at some point. Those were actually originally a subscriber recommendation. They sent them to me and then I went on to buy Pure's lip liners in the same sharpen style, auto sharpen style. And then Juno sent me their Moonshine Primer, which is also going to be in that most used makeup video, as well as their face palette, and I went on to absolutely fall in love with the Juno sponge. I didn't expect it. Sorry, it's dirty at the moment because I just used it. But I didn't expect this to be my absolute favorite. Before this, I was using the Shop Miss A sponge, and those are $1.55, so this one is $6. I was like, well, it's $6, but it's so durable, it's so soft, it doesn't rip, and I think that was the problem I was having with the Shop Miss A sponges. Don't get me wrong, I still like them, and they work fantastically for about a month, but this one is still going since I bought it, and it looks like it's going to keep going as long as you make sure you wash it, Alice. As you guys can see, I have not made a whole lot of progress with my cleaning, just behind in life right now, but I still wanted to mention I also bought the Juno brushes, and I also like them and use them all the time. And it doesn't stop with those 2 brands. Fresh has kept themselves fresh on my mind. That was such a dad joke, sorry. But they have. I bought several of their holiday sets, both for myself and as gifts over the holidays. I also, this one's a great story, Lancome sent me several products, and I can't use Lancome skincare. I've talked a lot about how I really do enjoy their makeup, but I cannot use their skincare. It is just too scented for me. But I gotta admit, it really smells great, and it's probably a big reason why I decided to purchase one of their fragrances. See this box? This is where the fragrance that is in skincare belongs. Bottle it up and put it in a perfume and I will buy it. Just don't put it in the skincare, no. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's probably completely different from what you expected. It is from what I expected as well, and I still really didn't cover everything that I have repurchased, but hopefully it is a little bit of insight into this world, maybe an idea of what goes on behind the scene with brands as well in choosing, you know, who they send products to, what it's like to receive those products, especially as a smaller channel where you do end up repurchasing or not repurchasing products. But if you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure to give it a like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.